All right, everyone. Welcome to round 3 of the IRS GT4 Championship series. We're here at Brands Hatch. I'm going to start off here with a formation lap. We're going to run you through the field during the formation lap and bring you up to date with the standings and ballast and so on and so forth. If you're with us, you've probably watched race 1 and race 2 of season 2 here, so you kind of have an understanding of the series and how it works. You accrue ballast depending on your finishing position. If you're on the podium, you accrue a certain percentage. But anyway, let's get to our competitors today. We've got a field of 12 cars. In first place, we've got Tim Lohr. Tim Lohr is carrying 2% ballast. He's a wickedly fast driver, certainly top end of this group of competitors. So it'll be interesting to see how he makes out with the ballast he's carrying. Second place, we have Viper. He's gotten rid of the ballast he was carrying. If you recall, he finished, I believe it was third in the previous race, having picked up 1%, but then fell off the podium in the following race, so he's losing that 1%. And third, we have Mo Power, a driver who's quick, not carrying any ballast, so it'll be interesting to see how he holds out. Got himself in third position during qualifying. Fourth, we have RRDZ, again, not carrying any ballast, so between him and Mo Power, should be interesting to see what they're capable of doing. Gentleman Racing, carrying a 2 percentage points of ballast, which is added weight. I don't know if I got into that before. So you may see him fall back from 5th, or he may hold his own. 6th position, we've got Moby, winner at Interlagos, picking up a full 3 percentage points of ballast. Be interesting to see how he holds out. 7th, we've got Base, who picked up a podium finish, 3rd place at Blue Moon Bay, I believe it was, with a stellar drive. Or 4th. I don't remember if he finished off. We'll have to go back and look. 8th, we have Race Fan. 9th, Led the Iron. Led the Iron has got some ballast. He won the race at Interlagos. Kanita, 10th, no ballast. Willow, in 11th, no ballast. And Drummer. So here we are. We're looking at a start. Coming up on the start finish. And they're off. Paddock Hill Bend. Looking to go in. Willow takes a tight line. Tim Lohr goes wide. Viper takes the lead. Perhaps the ballast rearing its ugly head for Tim Lohr. Again, Viper's going to try to take off and establish a gap. You know, those Vipers are notoriously thirsty and rough on tires, so he's got to take full advantage, and he's in a good position. RRDZ hassling. Oh, we got Mo Power in the background going off. But RRDZ also getting by Tim Lohr. Again, the ballast is showing how it can balance out the field. Tim Lohr holding his own, though, staying with RRDZ. He may be thinking to just play it cool here and see how things develop. RRDZ gets a little loose there. Let's get to the rest of the field. Gentleman Racing up in 4th. Being hassled by Moby 45, race winner in a previous event. 6th is Base Edition. Seventh, Led the Iron, another previous race winner. Yeah, the Caymans have dominated thus far in the first 2 races. So Led the Iron won at Interlagos, and then in the Cayman, and then we had Moby 45 win at Blue Moon Bay, infield A. And the Viper, RRDZ doesn't seem to be opening a gap on Timlor, but Viper with the lead of a couple of seconds after one lap. Very interesting to see how this develops. Timlor is trying to keep pace with RRDZ. Will they go in side by side? They do. A little touch. Timlor is able to hold it and get by RRDZ to recoup that second position. Just behind these cars, we've got Gentleman Racing and Moby going at it. I would imagine that if you're going to carry full ballast anywhere, it would be here at Brands Hatch, kind of twisty and technical circuit. Timlor, tires screeching. We're going to get rid of these name tags over the cars for now. Hopefully you're able to follow along by now. Not too many new drivers this week. Hopefully the cars you're enough of a fan that the cars are recognizable. Viper and the Black Viper, which kind of makes it easy. Timlor in the Gillette sponsored C7 4 or GT4 car. RRDZ in the Orange Viper. Gentleman Racing in the orange and black McLaren, sponsored by SimLab. Well, not really sponsored, but paying respects to SimLab, should we say. There's no formal sponsorships here. Moby in the classic Rumos Porsche themed livery. Oh, and Mopower off again, holds it together. Base in 6th, lead 7th, Mopower in 8th, being hassled by Race Fan, with Willow not far behind. Oh, Mopower off again. The thing is, these tires, they get dirty and you struggle for a few corners after that, so you really got to stay focused and manage, which is tough to do when you got a Ferrari and an NSX breathing down your neck. So Willow and Mopower left to duke it out by Race Fan. Timlor in second. Looks like he's maintaining the gap, not allowing Viper to really open it up too much. So Timlor's speedy, but also an intelligent driver, crafty. So this must be playing into some strategy. Yes, take it easy, manage the ballast, tires and fuel, and hang tight. Perhaps try an overcut or an undercut. RRDZ looking like he's falling back into the clutches of Gentleman Racing, and Moby hanging close. Gonna bring up the race telemetry, forgot to do that. Sorry about that. So help me call out the tire situation. Again, I'm continuing with the theme of maintaining the driver's privacy, so you'll see that you won't be able to see the gear shifts and tack and tire condition or all that other stuff. I'll be covering that with an overlay, but all the other stuff you should be able to see. Lap times, track map, positions, and so on and so forth. Anyway, enough of that stuff. Let's see if a gap has opened up or closed down. Oh, Timlor appears to be getting closer. On lap 6 of 28. The laps go by quick here. Timlor in the 129s. And Viper also, although the last lap was a 130. So yeah, about 3/4 of a second. Closed in. Oh, Viper holds it together. Dips a toe in the sand, but holds it together. Perhaps feeling the pressure. Oh, it gets in the grass again. Yes, and now the gap is minuscule, possibly just a car length. All right, let's go on board this next lap with Timlor. Glides into Paddock Hill Bend and floor. Tires are in pristine condition, with just a little wear, spread pretty evenly. Just a little bit more wear on the left side tires, which take a beating here. Thinks better of it. Ooh. Try to do the over-under. Similar. Looking to just keep the pressure on Viper after seeing those mistakes. Not looking to make any moves, it seems. Yeah. Definitely appears to be a strategy game going on here. RRDZ still hanging in. Holding Gentleman Racing off. Through Surtees. So it looks like the field has spread pretty evenly. Positions 3 through 6 looking to be, 3 through 7 looking to be about equidistant. So we'll see who comes up with the better strategy here as far as the ones that interest me the most at this point are the Cayman drivers with their superior fuel economy. They've got more options than some of the other drivers. Should be interesting to see. Although I think that in terms of tire wear, they not much of an advantage there. It seems, especially with ballast, it seems that they don't have much options with tires. But oh, and RRDZ catches the left wheel in the sand, spins it. Gentleman Racing gets by, and now he's in the clutches of Moby 45. So will Moby be able to capitalize? RDZ's tires are going to be compromised now between getting overheated from the spin and getting in the sand. Really did well to recover it and only lose one position. Excellent job, actually. We'll see if Moby makes a move. This is the section where he would have a slight performance advantage, even with the ballast. Just the Cayman is just sublime through this section. The handling versus the heavier, much heavier Viper. Let's check out the front, see what we got going on. Viper maintaining the gap. to Timlor. Timlor seemingly satisfied to just kind of hang there with him. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, Moby pits extremely early. Pits at the beginning of lap 10. Perhaps the tires were trashed, but he's got a new set. We'll be interested to see how he makes time through the field, particularly when the other cars stop. It seems as though it's a little bit of an extreme tactic. He's got to make these racing softs he took on. He's got to make them last 18, 19 more laps. That's, I don't know, I think that's a big ask. But we'll see. He's a good driver and previous race winner. So who am I to question his decision making there? You never know. Probably could make it work. So we got Gentleman Racing. Looks like he's getting caught by the Orange Viper, driven by RDZ. Perhaps he had an off or is just struggling. Tires are looking good. He's got about a quarter tank of fuel, so see how much further he can stretch this lap. Base picked up some damage, so he's doing well to hang here in 5th. We know what he was capable of at Blue Moon Bay as far as running long, but perhaps this damage has compromised the possibility of using that tactic again. Looks like he's got some suspension on the front driver's side and some aero. Yeah, you can see the line he takes through there. Just gonna have to hang tight and do the best he can. See, led the iron up to 6th. You got Race Fan and Low Power duking it out, and Moby probably hoping that they duke it out so that he can make up some time with that early pit strategy. You gotta excuse my voice, folks. I got a little bit of congestion going on. I know, possibly too much information, but in case I sound a little funny today. Yeah, Mo Power, a driver who really pushes the car right to the limit, every corner, every lap. Carrying a 5-second penalty to kind of punctuate my statement there about the driving style. But it's fun, it's exciting. That's how some drivers race. You know, there's no compromise. He struggled a little bit in the beginning as well. Had a couple of offs. Didn't pick up. Well, he did pick up damage. So he's carrying driver's side front suspension. Ooh. Puts the move on Race Fan to move up to 6th. Oh, missed it. Timlor. Sorry, guys. Timlor somehow got ahead of Viper. You gotta wonder if it was a mistake or just on pure pace, but it had to have been a slight off because on pure pace, I think Timlor was content to just kind of hang back and manage things. Should be closing in on pit stop times. Expected drivers to come in around lap 14, 15, and then the late runners maybe going to as far as 15. I don't know that anyone can stretch it out to lap 16, but we'll see. Viper looking racy, peeking around. It's a difficult place to pass. There are places to pass, and then there are some other spots that open up, but you're you're kind of relying on the driver to take a specific line or make a mistake. Like for example, here into Surtees, sometimes drivers run a little too deep and open up the inside, and you can. That's Surtees will tell you one of the toughest corners on this track. Well, the toughest corner for me personally on this track, but certainly a tough corner all around in racing. Just difficult to judge. Got to really consider the car's tire conditions at the time and what kind of line you want to take. Gentleman racing with no one really around base, kind of running around the same lap times or slightly quicker. It's a give and take right now. But we know that base he's cagey. He's doing something with strategy. RRDZ having fallen back, having an off. So now he's being hassled by Mo Power. Mo Power recovering nicely, up into 6th. Had qualified 3rd. Still carrying the penalty. Penalties are on weak, it's track limits basically, so. Late move there. Mo Power was thinking about going inside, all of a sudden RRDZ shut it down. Whoa, they both go on the dirt. Late apex, but he gets in the sand, saves it. Keeps it off the barriers. Stays on it. So there you go. At the limit all the time, but keeps it together. And as he develops as a driver, which it's a very good driver, man, those survival skills have come in handy. But falls back from RRDZ. We got Viper in the pits. Timlor stays out. So looking to do the overcut on Timlor's part, and Viper looking to possibly do the undercut on Timlor. Oh, we've got Gentleman Racing in the pit. Gentleman Racing comes out in 6th behind Race Fan. And Moby up to 4th with that early pit strategy. Timlor still in the lead. He's got a healthy gap. And Base carries that damage. Still carrying that damage, running into lap 15. He's probably coming in here in this lap. And Timlor, all credit to Timlor, squeezing 15 laps out of the Corvette. Definitely going to be coming in now. Interested to see where Timlor and Base come out with respect to the rest of the field, because Viper we know is pitted. Moby pitted really early. Race Fan, we're not aware of him having pitted. I may have missed that on the screen. And Gentleman we know pitted as well. So Timlor in. Timlor not in any danger at this point. Oh, Base. Another lap. 16 laps. Viper. So Timlor wins the pit strategy contest. Excuse me. Able to maintain the lead with pretty much the same gap. Maybe just a slightly larger gap. To the tune of a couple tenths, maybe. We got Base in the lead, but we know he's due for a pit on this lap. So your battle for first is between Timlor and Viper. Moby in a healthy third, with Gentleman Racing also. Looks like Moby's got a healthy gap to Gentleman Racing. Should be able to manage that gap. We'll see what the ballast is. It's interesting because Moby, previous race winner, has 3% ballast, and Gentleman Racing's carrying still carrying 2% ballast after missing race 2. So there we go. Timlor and Viper go ahead of Base, and who's in the pits. Let's see where Moby comes out. Moby and Gentleman Racing get by Base. And Base gets out ahead of Mo Power. Mo Power, again, nice recovery, up to 6th. Moby still maintaining a healthy gap. Let's go to the leaders. Timlor, personal best. Sector 2 there. So again, just to remind the viewer, Timlor is carrying ballast to the tune of while Viper is carrying none. He's back to the standard in-game BOP. But Timlor certainly carrying some ballast. Excuse me, just looking at the 2% ballast, which adds about, doesn't seem like a lot. Just doing some quick math here. Let's go look at the rest of the field. Obi still with a healthy gap to Gentleman. Looks like Base is closing in on Gentleman. Mo Power holding down 6th. Led to Iron 7th. Race Fan 8th. Kanita 9th. And Willow 10th. Looks like we lost 2 drivers. Looks like RRDZ opted out. Perhaps some connection issues or mechanical problems with the car, or some, you know, if that was just too much to bear. And we lost Drummer. Understandable. Sometimes that happens, man. It's just not your day. So you bail. No. Not ideal, but not a problem. We all have those days, I suppose. So no real battles brewing, but as I was talking earlier about Timlor carrying a 2% ballast, which has added. Just got to do the math here. Bear with me. So that the Corvette is normally 3,274 pounds. You have to convert that to metric at your own time. But he's carrying 3,333 pounds. So 59 pounds ballast. Doesn't seem like much, but well, certainly isn't much to Timlor, given that he's still holding down the lead quite handily. But if he is able to finish first, he'll pick up another 3%, and then that'll be significant. But it serves to basically keep the field together. As you all know, it may not be with this exact method, but the ballast concept is applied in real life racing, and it is applied in some of the other GT3, GT4 series throughout the world. Unfortunately, they have the advantage of being able to manage fuel flow settings in cars, and certainly a lot of other factors that come into account. Here, all we can do is, add weight, subtract weight. So we try to do it in as fair a way as possible without totally crippling drivers. So the max ballast anyone could ever accrue is 5%, and then if they finish off the podium in subsequent races, ooh, battle for third has heated up here in the last portions of the race. Gentleman Racing holding off Moby, who in turn is looking to keep Base at bay. And so Base has, with no damage, cars fully repaired, we see the true pace dipping into the 129s. Before pitting, he had a 133, so he's got to make up for that, but certainly lost some time getting repairs while in the pits. But there he is. Let's go on board with him. Driver to watch. These strategies. He's very, very capable at managing tires and fuel. So looks like he pitted on laps 16, judging by the time, the 1:49.548. And it's an interesting comparison because Moby pitted, I believe, on lap 9 or 10. So Moby's tires have got to be showing some signs of wear. Not to mention, Moby is carrying full 3% ballast after having won at Blue Moon Bay, the previous race, race 2 of the series. And Base was no slouch at Blue Moon Bay either. Picked himself up 1% of ballast after finishing on the podium while battling with Kaneda. Right to the edge. Oh, possibly the tires being worn. Moby has an off-track excursion. Those tires will be dirty. Can Base capitalize? Yeah, you see him close in. Moby squeezes him a little. Perfectly all right. Very treacherous area out there. Oh, Base. Base being tentative. Maybe hoping for the big mistake. Gentleman Racing probably enjoying the fact that these two are delaying one another. Base missing the apex there. Oh, Moby. How in God's name did he save that? I've never experienced an incident like that and kept it together. Kudos to him on that. Things like that may be a little unnerving to base. He's just holding back. He certainly has the pace to challenge, but watching these off-track excursions can be a little unsettling when you're following, so... Ooh, Moby again! I've never seen someone put the left side rear tire out and keep it together. What a good driver. Check out the leaders. Timlor. Healthy gap to Viper. So this is where the battle is. 5 laps to go. 5.5 laps to go. Gentleman Racing managing this gap. Let's take a look at the rest of the field. Excuse me. Moby 45, 4th. Base 5th. Led the Iron 6th. Mopower 7th. Race Fan 8th. Willow 9th. Kanita 10th. Going a lap down to Timlor. Perhaps suffered some damage. Viper pitting again. Tires must have been just too much. No, takes on a little fuel miscalculation, but still holds on to second. Able to pit, grab some fuel, and still hold on. Such is the pace of the two front runners in Timlor and Viper. The rest are left to battle it out for the scraps, so to speak. Race Fan off. Is he in danger of losing a position? Possibly. Certainly, it'll give Willow an opportunity to close up substantially here in the closing 4 laps. Leaders, no real activity. Four laps to go. Mopower looking to catch Led the Iron. Led the Iron pitting. Led the Iron pitting. Miscalculation. Possibly repairing some damage. Mopower up to 6 as a result of lead pitting. Base hanging tight. Still holding off. Surprisingly, didn't really make a move on Moby. Perhaps he's looking now with 3 laps to go, starting with lap 26. It looks like they're closing in on Gentleman Racing. So, in the interest of full disclosure, you're watching this broadcast or live broadcast on the Gentleman Racing YouTube channel. So, in the interest of full disclosure, yes, that is your announcer in third position in the McLaren. In case people were wondering. Having a good time. This was a good race. Very, very stressful race to participate in. With these two drivers behind, threatening constantly. I mean, the gap would open up, it would shrink down. But you know, knowing the capabilities of those drivers, which are basically on par, if not faster than myself, it was very, very satisfying and exciting and stressful race, which is what racing should be. Feel that tension the whole time. It certainly makes it much more exciting. So we're watching these guys to see if anything shakes loose here. Again, it seems as though he's got that line mastered, Moby. Just going out to the very edge of the track. After, oh, whoa, and Base gets by. Base gets by with a mistake from Moby. Let's see, will this continue? Will Moby be able to recover and regain that podium position? We're on lap 27. Final lap. Timler with a healthy lead. Viper just coming down the front straight. Gentleman Racing holding down third. Base holding down fourth. Moby holding down fifth. So what this ballast system does, oh, little bump from Moby. Base doing the right thing and just occupying the racing line there, not leaving an opening. And Moby slightly misjudging it. No one picks up any damage, so no harm, no foul, so to speak. Gentleman Racing just kind of trying to keep it together on the last lap. And here we have it. Coming into the final turn. Behind Willow, looking like Willow does not want to be lapped. And here we have your winner. Timler taking the win. Viper secures second place. Picks up 2 percentage points of balance. Timler picks up 3 for the next race. And it looks like Gentleman Racing holds on to the final podium position. He's satisfied with that. Base takes 4th. Moby 5th. Still kind of close between Mopower and Lead. 1/10 of a second slowdown penalty for Mopower, so interesting to see. If that has any impact. Looks like it's more than a 1/10 of a second gap. Lead. in 7th, Race Fan in 8th, Willow in 9th, and Kanita in 10th. So there you have it, your race winner, Tim Lure. Your podium is Viper 2nd, Gentleman Racing in 3rd.